Would you dare to step into a gallery where the art isn't just alive but hungry? When a desperate artist ignores the warnings of an abandoned gallery, she discovers that some canvases aren't painted with ink, but with souls. Lila, a struggling artist, receives a tip about a long-abandoned gallery rumored to house masterpieces lost to history. Located in a forgotten part of the city, the hollow frame is draped in mystery. Its iron gates groan with rust, and its shattered windows reflect the moonlight in jagged fragments. The moment Lila steps inside, the air turns cold, carrying the faint scent of turpentine and rot. The gallery is silent except for her footsteps echoing off the cracked marble floors. On the walls hang surreal, macabre paintings, each scene darker and more unsettling than the last. One painting captures her attention, a woman trapped in a gilded cage, her terrified face turned toward the viewer. Lila notices something strange. The woman's eyes are wet with tears, and the cage's bars appear to tremble slightly. Near the entrance, a plaque reads, "Do not touch the frames. Do not stay after dark. Do not look too closely." Shrugging it off as eccentric decor, Lila begins sketching the haunting works, oblivious to the shadows shifting behind her. As Lila works late into the evening, the gallery grows darker, the air heavier. The paintings seem to hum faintly, and her skin prickles, as if unseen eyes are watching. At 11:45 p.m., she decides to pack up, but as she turns to leave, she hears a faint scraping sound. Turning back, she freezes. The painting of the woman in the cage has changed. The woman now stands pressed against the bars, her hands stretched outward as if reaching for help. The room plunges into icy darkness, and a whisper caresses her ear. "Don't leave me here." Panic sets in, and Lila bolts for the door, but it won't budge. The scraping sound grows louder, joined by muffled cries. The gallery seems alive, its walls pulsing as the paintings begin to glow faintly. One by one, the figures in the paintings turn their heads to stare directly at Lila. Their expressions shift from sorrow to malice. Lila's phone dies, plunging her into complete isolation. Desperate for an exit, she stumbles into a back room filled with unfinished canvases and old journals. Flickering candlelight reveals one entry scrawled in frantic handwriting. "The frames are prisons. The paintings are alive. To touch them is to surrender your soul. To destroy them is to invite the shadow's wrath." Suddenly, a hand brushes against her shoulder. She spins around, but no one is there. The journal flips open to another page on its own. They hunger for new stories, new lives to devour. Beware the shadow. It chooses the strongest to take. A deep growl echoes from the main hall, and Lila feels the ground tremble. She peeks out to see the paintings shifting violently, their figures clawing at the edges of their frames, trying to escape. Lila realizes she must burn the gallery to destroy the curse, but every step back to the main hall is a fight. The shadows solidify, forming grotesque, humanoid shapes with hollow eyes and elongated fingers that claw at her. As she gathers paint thinner and a lighter, the shadow speaks in a guttural voice. "You think you can destroy us? You are already part of the collection." The shadow lunges at her, forcing her to knock over a cabinet of paint thinner. The liquid spreads across the floor, and with trembling hands, she lights a match. Just as the flames erupt, the shadow grabs her wrist, yanking her toward the largest painting, a black void pulsing with unnatural light. Summoning her last ounce of strength, She smashes a nearby lantern into the painting. The void consumes the shadow, and the flames spread, consuming the gallery. Lila barely escapes as the screams of trapped souls fill the night air. Weeks later, Lila moves into a new studio, determined to start fresh. But one evening she notices a painting leaning against the wall, a dark, smoldering canvas with a faint outline of the hollow frame. As she stares at it, the faint hum begins again, and her reflection in a nearby mirror tilts its head and whispers, "You were always meant to be one of us." The screen fades to black, the sound of fire crackling and whispers echoing ominously. Some art inspires, but beware the art that consumes. Would you dare enter the hollow frame?